to anyone who's renovated their own home, there's almost always one room that's in danger of never being done. In this case, it's the top floor loft. So I'm going to transform this stopping ground for stuff into a fully functional and modern bohemian-style family room. And I'm not just going to change the way the space looks, I'm going to change the way it feels, literally. Renovating your home is hard work. It's easy to run out of steam, and there's no better place to store everything that you just can't bear to part with than the last room in the house that you plan on doing. Our homeowners have done a beautiful job of renovating their Victorian row house. Carolyn and Derek have a bold, eclectic, and wonderfully unconventional style. Even their 7-year-old daughter, Lily, has adopted her parents' love for bright colors, while Ziggy the dog is happy to hang out wherever he finds company.
Our house is definitely a reflection of who we are, our taste.
With the exception of this top floor, a fabulous 300-square-foot space that has become a grab bag of things old, worn out, and not quite finished.
You know, I just want it to be simple and strong and comfortable at the same time, with shots of color to make us feel great.
And more importantly for this family,
we want to have a less of a carbon footprint on the environment, and that's where we started when we started the home.
oh, it's a really bright and airy space up here.
We watch movies, we play, so it needs to be comfortable and really livable, and
Right.
it's not that right now.
And it's also a spare room for guests.
I like to have shelving for books. I have a lot of books.
You want storage, comfort.
Color.
Color.
Some paintings on the wall, perhaps.
And what's
Some
it
just
like in the, you've got this beautiful deck outside. Is it hot in the summer?
It does get pretty boiling on a really hot, humid day.
We're hoping that we could put in a really nice ceiling fan that would also help cool down the space in the summer.
Right.
It's really a room
Yeah.
we come to in the winter as well, because there's so much light in this room.
So I imagine that in the winter when you have a snowfall,
Oh,
it just feels,
it's
very
beautiful.
dreamy.
Yeah.
well, I think we can bring that dreamy feeling to
Okay.
this space.
Sounds good.
The deck, the glass doors, the skylight, this really is a great blank canvas to work with. But the first thing that I notice is that we have these loud, cold, painted plywood floors. I'm going to add in a seagrass carpet. I want something that's wall to wall that will absorb the sound, that's going to bring texture and coziness to this room, and that's going to mesh well with that outdoor deck. To offset that neutral carpet, I'll introduce patterned modern rugs, not for the floor, but for these lonely walls. Plus, I'll hang original art throughout. Then I have this lipstick pink settee, and I really like this piece, but I think that it's too small. So I'm gonna replace this with a sectional. And instead of this worn-out old chair, I think this room needs something with some visual drama. So I want to replace it with a chair that's got a great patterned fabric on it and that has that pop of color. And I'll layer in bright cushions on both pieces to ramp it up even further. I'll bring in a side table and modern coffee table to anchor this area, and for even more seating, I'll add a round table with chairs over on this side of the room. Then I'll have Christian build a custom daybed to make the best use of this space under the skylight. And I can totally envision Lily playing here, board games, hanging out with her friends, and just daydreaming the day away. All of the clutter in this room is crying out for storage, storage, storage. So I'll also have Christian create a built-in shelf unit that wraps around this entire corner. For my inspiration, I'm taking my cue from Derek and Carolyn's delightfully eclectic style. I'll use vibrant jewel tones, standout patterns, and rich and complex textures, all offset by a freshly painted backdrop of soft, clean white, a decidedly modern and delectably offbeat bohemian family room. You know that this is the last room in their house for them to kind of attack, and we're going to attack it for them. You know that window underneath the peak?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That needs some help for sure.
It needs to be finished.
Yeah, that would be good because by trimming that out,
Yeah.
we'll also seal in all the air gaps.
Julia, the windows are a big issue because there's so much energy loss. I want you to find me the honeycomb blinds.
Yeah.
They keep heat out in the summer and they keep the heat in the winter.
I'll bring you a whole bunch of options.
That's great.
And anything else?
We need a fan
Okay.
for the center of the room.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it. I got some measuring to do.
My first job, finding a sofa for Sam that fits our space, is comfortable for the family, and is made in an environmentally responsible way.
First and foremost, it's the frame. I look for the wood frame to actually be from a locally and responsibly harvested forest. And I also look for water-based glues that just adheres all the woods together. And the foam, ideally, is a latex. And then the padding would be also perhaps a wool or a jute or a hemp.
And finally, the fabric. I'm looking for something that's made from natural fiber or recycled materials.
This is pretty perfect.
The frame fits the bill, and so do the soft materials. The foam is 100% natural latex, and the padding 100% natural wool. As for the fabric, it's recycled and recyclable polyester.
The color, it's pretty bold, but this is the perfect place to do that in.
And I'll take some photos to make sure Sam thinks so too.
Meanwhile, Christian is well on his way to installing the wraparound shelf made from FSC-rated plywood, which means it comes from responsibly managed forest. Because it's custom built, he was able to make it nice and low, which gives it a modern look. It's a foot deep and more than 12 feet long, big enough to hold all our homeowners' treasures. And while Christian has his hands full, I'll go and meet an artist who has to watch out for hers.
Oh, I had a colleague once cut the end of his finger off.
When you renovate an entire home, there's always one room that feels like a leftover. In the case of this home, it's the top floor loft. Our homeowners, Carolyn and Derek, have done a fabulous job of renovating almost every room in the house. Now I'm borrowing from their colorful and eclectic taste to create a rich but modern bohemian-style family room, using eco-smart elements for a year-round appeal. Julia has gone shopping for an eco-friendly sofa, and Christian has almost finished our clean-lined shelf. Well, now that all of the furniture and accessories are gone, I can actually see the room that I'm dealing with. Oh, the walls are in this studio white. I love this color. I'm going to leave the walls neutral and have very brightly colored furniture. Christian has been busy working on our daybed platform. That's going to slide in under the window gable. It's going to provide Carolyn and Derek with an extra bed for when guests come over. But more importantly, I can see Lily hanging out under here with friends, playing games, putting on puppet shows. It's just going to be a really great daydreamy space. But in the summertime, the sunlight turns this top floor into an oven. So Julia has sourced an energy-efficient window covering. What's the difference between the ones that have a lot of honeycomb and the ones that have just one honeycomb?
Well, the additional layers of the tubes actually act as further insulation.
Okay. So what are the choices?
Okay.
My fabric choices.
You said you wanted something that looked sort of linen-like,
Yeah.
right? So what do you think of these?
I think I like these. Yes.
Okay.
Linen look, 3/4 inch pleat, écru. We'll use single-layered blinds, reducing heat transfer by 50% on all the windows, including the skylights.
All right, so I will go ahead and book that. And I've also got some images to show you of the sofa I was looking for today.
Okay.
So I was looking at this green one.
Oh, that looks good. Oh, and one thing also about the sectional, make sure that the L comes out to the right.
So left arm, left.
Right.
Right. When you look at it, that's
Oh, no, you're right, left.
left.
Never mind, you know what I'm talking about. Are we done? Because I really need to get off the floor.
Yeah, we're done.
While I go in search of a vintage chair for our room, Christian sets about dressing this neglected window.
Since the window frame needs something to rest on, I'm attaching the sill first. Like the rest of the frame, it's made from common poplar. While the glue's drying, I spray insulating foam into the gaps around the window. Look for one that contains no VOCs. As the foam expands, it seals areas that are causing drafts. Now I'm ready to finish the frame.
Starts with your 2 vertical pieces. This is a 1x4, and I've used that for my casing. For my apron, I went with a 1x6 on the head, and just got a couple other little pieces of trim. This would be a little bull nose. This is a little piece of crown molding. All that was left was to assemble all the pieces that would make my head assembly. That looks like that when that's all done. And so now, I'm ready to mount that on the wall. So the first pieces I want to install are the casing. I'm just gonna put a bead of glue on the jam extension here. It ensures that this stuff doesn't wander around. Now I'm bradding the casing onto the jam extension. And this is really just gonna hold the wood in place till the glue sets. And really, it's the glue that's doing the work. Hey, that's looking really good. Just one last piece left. There we go.
I just need to fill in the nail holes, give it a coat of paint, and we'll have a well-finished and properly insulated window.
To dress up the room, I'm heading to the studio of Bev Heisey, an award-winning textile artist whose work has appeared in design magazines around the world.
I like to do different technical things with the fabric that I'm using. For an example, these are the ant cushions that I've done. These little ants are embroidered. The great thing about the ants is that from a distance, they look really very delicate, almost like small little Japanese flowers.
Hi, Bev.
Hey there, Sam. How are you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
Great. Well, of course, I'm behind as usual.
That's no problem.
And these, unfortunately, we have to actually make, so...
How do you cut this?
Well, this, I have a die that's made. It's about this big. It's like a giant cookie cutter. And they just basically place it on the fabric.
Right.
And then this hydraulic thing comes over and goes boom, like that. And then it just cuts through the fabric.
This fabric is a wool nylon blend. The bright colors and bold patterns make Bev's designs a great addition to a modern room.
Basically, these are 2 layers of the same fabric
Right.
that I've laminated. So, you know, you can see that it's yellow on one side, and then it's got the negative pattern on the other side.
And a piece like this can be used on the floor or hung on the wall.
Okay, so we have to sew this now, and so I'm going to do the actual sewing of it.
That's probably a good idea.
Okay, so we're done here. So
That was
now,
fast.
I know, it's, now we just have to cut the edges. This is my blade.
That is awesome. Yeah, be careful though.
Okay.
And I want to take lots of these pillows.
Sure.
I'm thinking 10, it might be more. Can I walk out with this one though?
Yes, you can definitely take that one with you. All right.
Thanks. I'll see you soon.
All right, we'll see you
Bye.
later. Take it easy.
Meanwhile, Kristen has finished our daybed and included even more built-in shelving. And our installers are almost done laying our seagrass carpet. Because seagrass is a rapidly renewable resource, this carpet is an eco-friendly choice. It also provides some much-needed insulation underfoot and sets the right neutral but cozy tone for our room. The ceiling fan our homeowners had hoped for is already in. But... Kristen!
Yeah.
I don't like those. I don't like these either. I'm turning a mismatched, underwhelming third-floor loft into a beautiful boho-inspired family room. Our homeowners, Carolyn, Derek, and their 7-year-old daughter, Lily, love this room, but it certainly isn't on account of the furniture. So I'll use vibrant colors, bold patterns, and lots of texture to create a modern and comfortable space with an eco-smart sensibility, like our textile artist's great pillows and wall hangings. Kristen's frame finishes off what was a neglected window and cuts down on the drafts in the room. So do our honeycomb blinds, which we had professionally installed for a perfect fit. They're more effective than most types of insulation and a whole lot prettier. And we've got our fan in so we can circulate the air around the space. Ah, the seagrass looks stunning, and it's unifying the outdoors and the indoors. The platform for our daybed is in place, just needs another coat of paint, and then the wraparound shelving is really working, and now I've got a great spot for all of those toys. I've decided to dress up these doors to the deck with natural linen curtains, And I'll bring in a simple table and chair set so Lily has a spot for playing games. Since this room will be multifunctional, I'll introduce task and ambient lighting around the space. These registers, though, are killing me. They're an eyesore. Christian! Christian!
Yeah? What?
I don't like those. I don't like these either. Look what color
Come on.
these are. They're gonna stand out just as much.
Well, this one is gonna stand up a bit more because it's thicker.
I want something that's almost the exact same shade as the seagrass.
That's not close enough?
No. It's like flesh toned.
I was really hoping that we'd be done. We could just pick one of these and go, but if you pick the paint...
Listen, Buster, you're not
I'll
done
take care of it.
because you gotta finish out this stuff too.
Yeah, the kick plate I gotta put in. I have all the stuff pre-painted. I just want to cut it down a little bit so it fits above the carpet.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
Well, as soon as you're finished your stuff, then I can put in the decorative stuff. And I'll start by styling these empty shelves one at a time. I'm going to tackle each cubby as its own still life. What makes open shelving look interesting is when you layer in objects that are contrasting. So ceramics, wood, glass, and metallics. My first tip is to group books that are the same size together. You don't have to have all your books placed in vertically. That's actually what makes a shelf look really busy. So group them in horizontally and then layer in the verticals. Because the horizontals give you a platform where you can display all of your beautiful objects and accessories. And I like to display in threes. 1, 2, 3. And there you go. That one's done. Oh.
Wow. That's excellent.
Enjoying the way your space looks is only half the battle. You also have to enjoy the way it feels. So we transformed this haphazard attic into a colorful and relaxed family room. What was a stopping ground for mismatched furniture is now an inviting and well-appointed top floor. This drafty in the winter, steaming in the summer attic is now a comfortable and eco-friendly bohemian-inspired family refuge, brimming with gorgeous details. Oh, the room has come together exactly as I envisioned it. It's the epitome of boho chic, with the white walls and all of the color. Our durable, water-resistant, wall-to-wall seagrass carpet feels really good underfoot because it has a great texture, and I love how it unifies the outdoor space with the indoor space. The shelves which Christian built wrap around the space. They provide great storage for all the family's books and accessories. As soon as you walk into the room, the eye is drawn to this apple green sofa because it's such a bright color, has clean modern lines, and it's a great spot for the family to really stretch out and watch movies. And for reading and games, I've added task lighting and also introduced ambient light throughout the room. A showstopper of a piece is this Louis chair with its gold frame and its velvet patterned fabric. It's made from beechwood and it provides a beautiful contrast to the modern lines of our sectional. I placed it in the corner across from this modern slipper chair so that there would be great conversations happening in this room. I went with a round white coffee table and a white dining table because I wanted to temper all of the colors in the room, but also I wanted the roundness to be a counterpoint to all the square lines in the room. On the walls, I hung colorful paintings to act as a complement to artist Bev Heisey's beautiful textile runners. And the graphic pattern ties into all of the graphic patterns on her pillows, which are works of art in and of themselves. And we placed them all in my favorite spot in the room, which is underneath the window gable on our daybed. And the whole room is comfortable because we've dealt with those heating and cooling issues. All of our blinds on the windows are keeping the sun out, and then we've added in that fan to circulate the air around the space. These are small things most homeowners can do, and they'll not only save you money, they'll help lower your carbon footprint. But it's the colors in this room that will take your breath away. And all those colors are side by side one another on the color wheel. And that's why we have harmony And that's why this entire attic space works.
Oh,
Wow,
that's beautiful.
that's excellent. Look, furniture. Wow,
Love the colors. It
beautiful.
really is stunning.
Wow. The couch.
The couch. We've
The
never had a
couch.
couch up here.
Oh, it's beautiful, eh?
Comfy.
Do you
I
like it? I love it.
Look at all the paintings on the wall. Looks totally amazing.
like it?
This is
We
amazing.
love it. We love it. It's amazing.
Very nice.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
Remember last night you told me you'd leave me something on the bed? Do you know where it is? So you gotta try it out. When we were decorating this spot, I had you in mind.
I love the colors. The color palette is just gorgeous. Really is.
Well, I mean, the inspiration's the rest of your house, right?
I guess so. This is the cherry on the top, right?
Oh, that's great. Carolyn and Derek's lofty bohemian attic turned out beautifully, and it feels as good as it looks. It's now a cozy, climate-controlled space where the entire family can hang out. Pure comfort.